Hey, my dear friends, how are you? My name is Nathaniel Johnson. I'm actually here on this GoFundMe page. I've been facing many challenges for the past few years, I would say the past 3 years or so. I would say back in August of 2019, I was experiencing dizziness, fainting, sweating, difficulty walking. Already had prior issues as far as I was dealing with some gout issues, and I had some arthritis here and there. And but I was in, other than those small things, I was in okay shape, to what I thought, anyways. Probably a week, and it was August of 2019. Probably the last week of that month, I started sweating quite a bit. Remember walking out to a teller machine and waking up like squeezed in between the cubicles and not realizing where I was, and had to lay there for almost 10, 15 minutes getting myself from a particular area I fell into. Don't even know how I got into a small space, but once I got up, I walked home, which was a short distance, and throughout the course of that day, I found myself sweating profusely, and a couple of times just waking up, looking up at the ceiling, not realizing what had happened. A couple of times banged up my foot and a few other things. Luckily, I was blessed enough to have a couple of friends, and one of my friends in particular, who's from Australia. Her name is Jackie Gomez, and I praise the Lord for her every day, because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here today. For one, she actually reached out to family that she had known through my Facebook profile, because I do a positive post to all of my friends. I do that daily, and she actually reached out to my ex and my daughter, and told them something's wrong. I haven't spoken to them in a couple of days, and they drove out immediately, which is like maybe an hour drive to get to me. I was in Fall River at the time, and I was basically out on the floor. And when they were knocking on the door, I wouldn't even come to the door, because I was basically on my knees. I could barely move or walk, because I didn't realize I was having some serious issues that were happening at that point. I At that point, I told him to go away. I was kind of disoriented. I didn't know what was going on, and I just didn't. I was too, I guess, too manly to ask for help, because I didn't think I needed it. I was in denial. I didn't really feel anything was wrong, but I wasn't realizing I wasn't eating or drinking in days. I could barely get out of bed. I was having difficulties walking and didn't understand why, but I was just, again, disoriented. I didn't know. So they called the paramedics, and the paramedics, when they walked into the house, when they finally got into the house, I was like butt naked, and I didn't know where the clothes were, and I pretty much knew who I was, and I was able to answer, particular questions, like, what's your date of birth and things like that, and what's today's date, or what's the date today, things along that line. So I was really pretty much in a great place of knowing where I was at and what was happening, until I went over to a hospital in St. Anne's in Fall River, and that's where I resided. In this one bedroom apartment. Actually, it was two bedrooms, but one was smaller. One was kind of like an office area. When I got there, I was kind of like, they wheeled me in. They asked me the similar questions. It was in a very cold, dark room, coming in from the ambulance into the hospital, and that was basically all I remembered. And at that point, from what I'm hearing and the bills I've received, they med-flight me from St. Anne's over to St. Elizabeth's, which is in Brighton, for that surgery, because they didn't have the staff to do what was happening with me. And what was happening is I had blood clots all through my body, and I had no idea. I'd never had them before. I didn't even know what they were. But I had one which specifically was about the size of a dime in my heart. And I had them all throughout my body, including my legs, my arms. They were everywhere. It was just so many. They were just amazed. And they had to get the one out of my heart. So they med-flight me from that location over to Brighton. And at that point, they started surgery on me right away. I did, on the table. I died 3 times, and one for the longest period of time for 9 minutes. And I got to tell you, today is just the most scariest thing to think about, and it's just made me realize how precious life is, and sometimes you don't know when things like this happen. And they were just about to pronounce me dead, and a doctor came in and he was from a different area. He was from Texas, and he specialized in that because they were going to go out and tell my family, sorry, we lost him because they couldn't get me back. And whatever he did, he brought me back. And, through the grace of God, he brought me back. And I must have said, it was probably 4 days. I was in a coma. And I came out of that coma, and I was in the Brighton Hospital, St. Elizabeth's. Thanks to them in Brighton, they saved me. So I was there for quite some time. When I did wake, I found myself not being able to speak well. I couldn't use my hand very minimally. I couldn't walk. I couldn't feed myself. I barely knew who was around me the first few days. When I did open my eyes, I recognized some faces, but didn't really put the faces to a name. I mean, it was really that bad. And then they put me into another unit for a short time, and I stayed there until they decided to move me over to a nursing home. And I actually spent, which is over in Cambridge, it's called 8 Dana Street. And I was over there for 16 months, 16 long months of just going through agony, learning how to walk again, learning how to eat again, learning how to cope with life. It was just horrible. The doctors had told me before I left that I probably wouldn't walk again. And I just said that's not something that's going to happen because, my mindset, my way of thinking is that God brought me through this. I'm going to make it through this. So it was really hard because it was a kind of an old folks home, and it was a rehabilitation center. So I dealt with seeing a lot of elderly coming in and just dealing with a lot of different things and people dying around me, and just made me just more in tune with my life and second chance I've been given. But at this point, the reason why I'm here on this call is because I've been having struggles. I've been having struggles with, I did luckily got I'm disabled. I'm not able to pick up any more than like 25 pounds. I can't stand for more than 10 minutes at a time. I can't walk for far distances at all without my back and my whole body hurting because I suffer from arthritis, and I have gout, and I have arthritis in my back, which is never going to go away. No matter how many extras they're doing, they're saying that you're not going to lose that. So I did get 9 jobs. So I actually went out there and got 9 jobs. But your personality is phenomenal, but we just can't keep you because certain things we want you to do, you can't do. And so I went through in a matter of 4 months, 9 different jobs. So it's not that I'm not wanting to work because I'm going to work. But I'm just trying to piece my life back together, and going back over to Fall River when they take me out from that place. They didn't lock the door, and they stole everything out of there. So everything I had, not only that I had to start over from learning how to walk, talk, and do normal things, eat, I lost everything. I mean, they even stole the pots and pans. They took everything. So basically I had to start over, which was the most challenging thing in the world. Right now I'm facing just a lot of bills, and with the little bit of money they're giving me and not being able to find a steady job. I'm trying to do something online because I'm always trying to help individuals because I am a Christian, and I'm a God-fearing Christian, even more so after this episode. And I want to give back, and I want to be able to contribute, and I don't know how, because every person I try to reach out to say, hey, could you help me get things started, or I got this bills and I got these things I got to get, get these things back into, get my life back to normalcy. Nobody really seems to have it because of the COVID. So once the COVID hit, it was just horrible. Just before the COVID hit, with the jobs I had acquired, I was saving and saving and saving because I knew I had to get out of that place. I knew I had no place to go. After leaving that place, I was homeless for 4 months approximately, actually carrying a backpack over my shoulder. Every single morning, the first 2 nights I was there, I kept my sneakers on because the place was just like filled full of people who were just drinking and just doing their drugs and whatever was happening. They stole sneakers twice right off of my feet, like as I was sleeping. When I finally was able to sleep, they stole sneakers off my feet. They were fighting every day. People were picking fights with me, even though I had a cane and a walker. They still were trying to steal stuff from me, fighting with me. And every morning you had to leave at 7, come back at 4. And throughout that whole time, I was able to go to work, save up enough money, look for a place and find a place. So just as of a year or so ago, I found a new place, but it's been a struggle. So I'm just trying to reach. The reason why I'm reaching out to hopefully the good people here is just to explain, for one, that I'm genuine as far as why I'm asking for help. It could be as little as maybe $1 if you can. I'm looking to just to get myself back on my feet, to get some type of a business started, something small, to pay off a few bills maybe, and just to get back to a better place because I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I just want to do so much for people, but I just don't have it anymore, and sometimes it just hurts because I'm a hard worker, and I'm sorry for getting emotional, but I just want to help people, and right now I don't know how. I'm praying to the church. A friend from the church recommended, that maybe I should do something like this because every Sunday they were having me get up and they were having me speak and tell my story because I had so much to tell, and but it's still not helping me financially. So I'm reaching out to you good people to see if, in the kindness of your hearts, that you could help me out and maybe just dig in with just $1 and just give me a little push to go in the right direction. I'm not asking for a lot, and if there's any way that whatever you donate to me, and when I do start making it back, I will pay it back to you because I'm not somebody that I never ask for anything. And I've always been too prideful until this episode. And as they say, if you don't ask, then you won't know if you can receive. And that's in a lot of things. So I hope that with this being said, and actually get a chance to meet me for this brief, I don't know, I think it's like almost 12 minutes now, but I just wish that you could find it in your heart to help me out. Thank you for listening to me. Again, my name is Nathaniel Johnson. Right now, I'm living in Malden, Massachusetts, and I'm just trying to make a difference in my life and in other people's lives. And when I do get back on point, I plan on, when this virus really lifts up, I plan on going back to certain shelters and helping out, helping them serve food as long as I can stand, because I can't stand for too long. Just giving back because some of these people are going through rough times over in these homeless shelters, and some of them don't deserve it. Some of them like that because that's the lifestyle that they like. They don't want to go work or do different things. But some of them just got hit really bad with just a lot of different things that are going on and losing jobs. And I've seen families in there, and it's just hard for a lot of people. And I want to get back to help those people too. But I got to get myself straight before I can help other people. But unfortunately, I can't find a way to do it by myself. So again, I'm reaching out here to see if this might be some feasible way I can do that. I mean, I'm looking at several business things that I can do, but it's going to cost me a little bit to get myself going with that. And I currently don't have it. Like I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I'm taking one hand out to the other, and I'm broke. By the time I get my disability, I probably got $4 left, so I can never get ahead. So with that being said, thank you for your time. Again, my name is Nathaniel Johnson. Thanks for listening. You have a wonderful and a blessed day. Blessings and abundance to everybody, to you and everybody who surrounds you. And take care of yourself. And I hope that you can, I can write to you and thank you for anything that you can contribute, even if it's $1. Like I said, it would mean the world to me because it will be $1 more to me getting to where I want to be and helping and getting things settled and getting myself back to where I need to be. I wish I could go out and work, but they tell me I can't work again. I can't. I mean, I've tried, and so I'm trying to do something from home. But I also want to help people in the same aspect of helping myself, helping others. So take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.